Hi everyone, I thought I'd just come on and make a quick video response to a few questions that I've received over my last few posts and bits and pieces that I've put up over the last week or so. I'm going to start with, and I'm going to paraphrase some of these questions and put them in my own words, possibly frame them slightly differently to the way that they were put to me. Cassie, come. Yes, good girl. Good girl. I love that. So I'm going to put these in my own words, really, and as I said, paraphrase them just a little bit for you. So the first one, Rolo's just joined us as well. The first one is regarding my scarf. Okay, so a friend of mine, not dog training related, but follows my page and some of my content, asked me, Mark, am I trying to make some type of political statement by wearing the scarf? And the answer is no, absolutely not. Anybody that knows me knows a little bit about my background. And let's just say that this to me is a shamag. Nothing more and nothing less. I wear it because I've worn them for years, it's comfortable, and not having any hair, I get cold round the back of the neck. They're very popular with bikers, and they are also very, very popular on the sort of wild camping type bushcraft scene. Okay, and I'm going to leave it at that. No, there is no political statement intended at all. It's just something that I've worn for years. So let's just move on to dog training. So somebody asked me when I was explaining what my marker words were, and particularly how I use the word good, or the sound of the word good. Cassie's investigating the Christmas presents that are in the bedroom, so you're going to hear how I deal with that. Cassie, leave. So I mentioned that I use good as a continuation marker, and somebody asked me quite rightly, Mark, do I ever sort of mark and reward in situ? And the answer is yes, I do. But because I want to build duration and distance, particularly distance into that duration exercise, okay, I fade any physical reward, whether that's treat, whether it's praise, a stroke behind the ear. I fade that as quickly as I possibly can, because when I'm working at distance, of course, I cannot deliver any type of physical reward to the dog to build on that duration. So I do fade it as quickly as possible, okay, without damaging whatever behaviour I'm teaching. Last but not least, to keep this short this evening, someone's asked me, have I got, and particularly this is a conversation I also had with Tracy, have I got any new plans for 2026? Am I going to do anything different? Well, I'm not going to do so much things differently because I like to do things my own way, and you'll know that. But I am going to introduce what I would like to call mini programs. And what has triggered me doing this is because I've seen, particularly on social media recently, an increase in trainers using slip leads. Okay? People finally realising that they may well need to change equipment, and there is an influx of trainers using slip leads as a training tool. Now, total transparency, I've always used slip leads, not on every dog, but in other words, for the amount of time I've been training, I've quite regularly used slip leads, and I walk my own dogs on slip collars, as it were, because they give me a little bit more versatility as far as the lead that I can pair with the collar. However, there are lots of people talking about how to fit the slip lead correctly, depending on whether the dog walks on the left or the right, but there are not many people at all actually teaching how to introduce the slip lead, in my opinion, correctly, or the slip collar correctly. And what I'm going to do in the new year, for those people that are interested and would like to possibly go down the road of introducing a slip lead, I'm going to run some little mini courses. We're not going to deal with any other behaviour. We're just going to focus on the slip lead. Okay, these are going to be mini courses. They're probably going to be an initial extended lesson, followed up by one further lesson, maybe a week or a fortnight later, just to see how people are getting on. To introduce the slip lead and condition the slip lead or slip collar the way I do it, okay, which is a little bit unique, okay, like everything else I do, hopefully. So, yeah, I've got plans for that, and then based on the success of that, we may well then introduce other little mini programs to deal with some other little matters, okay? But yes, so anybody that's interested in that, you can get in contact with me. Now, I will say, you contacting me is never a guarantee that I'm going to work with you. Okay, again, I like to do things my own way, and I don't actually work with every client that contacts me. So ideally what you would do, you would email me, we'd have a brief backwards and forwards chat. This doesn't matter what the subject is, via email or messenger, doesn't matter, but we'll have a little bit of a to and fro, backwards and forwards, get to know one another a little bit more. Then I will normally organise a bit of a chat, so I'll give you a ring and we'll have a chat on the phone, and you can assess whether you think I'm the right person to work with you and help you. But more importantly, I'm going to assess really whether I feel that I can work with you. So apologies, but I'm not going to work with every client, even if they are prepared in effect to employ me or pay me. If I don't think we're a good fit and you as a client are not going to follow through, really not going to just waste your money, and hopefully follow the instruction and the lessons I'm trying to teach and instill, then I'm probably going to decline working with you. So let me just put that out there for you. Anyway, guys, if I don't speak to you before, I hope you all have a fantastic Christmas, a really happy new year with better behaved dogs. Cheers now. Bye-bye.